Welcome everybody, Steve here. Well, the last video you saw that we got everything all detached. Cab's sitting on the cart right now, and so the next step is we got to start stripping this frame down. That means getting rid of this engine, transmission, to pull the differential out, and then get to a point where I can shorten this frame up and get some sandblasting done. So the first thing I want to do, I got everything pretty well off on this engine. We just have to cut some exhaust pipes and just undo the mounts, and I think everything's ready to go. We got the steering box we have to undo here yet, and it won't take very long. I'm hoping it doesn't take very long. Alright. He's a little cold, but that's okay, that's fall. We wouldn't know what hot would be if it wasn't cold. Alright, let's see what we got. I think it's that one right there. No, he's wrong. Just going to yank this power steering off of here. I don't know if we're going to have to use this for the new engine or not, but we'll keep it around. Alright, let's line it up. It's just stiff. Now I'll drain all the oil out, go down and get my oil bucket later. When we get this in the shop, you can just stay right there. Huh. This thing had a vibration. The bolt to the motor mount was loose. So we got the Turbo 400 here, and it's nice, with the style of yoke that it has on there. Just have to undo the drive shaft from here. It's kind of nice. They got some different bolts on there. They're 17/16 head, 5/16 fine thread. Which is good. We don't have to worry about the transmission leaking all over the place. Which is kind of nice. take these tranny lines off here, Kev.
Huh?
Just gotta take these tranny lines off.
They come with it?
Well, they go underneath the engine mount.
They should come with it.
Yeah, I know, but then I'd have to pull it all the way back, right?
Oh, they screwed that up, okay.
Yeah. It's just been flanged together, so.
Okay. What about this power cord to the starter too, I guess, eh?
Well, I've got that undone off the starter. Okay, she's free and clear. Well, the frame's in the shop. That's a good day. So now we can strip this thing down, shorten it up, and then get it out there for sandblasting. You know, we've only got a couple more days, you know, of nice weather. And if we can get it out, get it sandblasted, then I can, you know, finish this all up. Kind of excited. I'm kind of doing what I started doing with mine. So this is going to be a lot of deja vu for you guys. Because, you know, as soon as I get this stripped down enough, I'm just going to shorten this up. And you just saw that. But we're going to go a little farther with this one, of course, get her all sandblasted and then get some new suspension on her. Alright, where to start? Well, first thing I'm going to do is going to take off some bumper brackets here because they keep getting in my way every time I walk by. So, they're gone. And then we want to get rid of all the brake lines, fuel line, and then we can start working on the back end. I could shorten this before I pull it all apart, but I think if I do this, it's going to be a little lighter, make it a little easier to slide in. That's my thinking anyway. Alright. Anytime you can use the air gun, use it. So much more fun. Alright, what do we got going on here? It's a little dirty. Now we'll get these brake lines off here. Oh my goodness. Using a different wrench here. Okay, where'd it go? One brake line. We'll let that drain for a little while. The heck is going on there? Always something. So take it off the back side. Oh wow, wow. That's been beat pretty bad. A poor repair on here, I'm gonna have to do some magic. I don't know why that's not coming off. Don't want to lose that mount though. More leverage. Got the suspension dropped now, and I just have to take the bolts off the springs and then off the trailing arms there. Yeah, slowly but surely. Alright, that one was a little stubborn. I just went to loosen the bolt on it and it snapped. So, we'll have to get a new let me just show you this real quick here. This goes on the top, and it's all rusted out, so we're going to have to get a new one. Yeah, that's not worth fixing. They're cheap and available. That's the key. Holy cow! Another broken bolt. Tell you what, Things get pretty rusty over the days. Now we'll see if we can get that bolt out of there. Man, I'm getting a workout today. Hey, everything requires a snipe on this thing. Man. Shouldn't be too bad though. Confidence levels up. Oh my God. Whew. There we go. That one's good. Okay, where's my ratchet? That'll be a good test to see if that actually does help a little bit. Too much. These bolts are pretty tough. Make sure you got good equipment too, and if you are going to pull something and you think it's going to break, make sure that your fingers aren't like this. Pull like that so that this hits, but it's coming now, so we're all good. Well, we eventually got to level this thing out, so start with a sawhorse here. Get my cords out of the way. There we go. Now I want to make sure it gives me a little bit of room to slide this, so I'll bring it up a little further. Just like that. So we got a long ways to go on the front yet, to go up, because we want this level. What I might do is, I don't think the jack stands will work. Would be nice to have it up a little bit higher so that it's easier to work on. Yeah, we'll see how it works out. Gonna use my scissor jack here. Alright, this is going to get us pretty close here, and then we'll tweak her from there. see what we got. So I really want this to be nice and level here. So we'll start there. We are at 13 7/8. We have to go up another 1/8 of an inch. Alright, we can handle that. Just taking off the tires here, make life a little bit lighter. And eventually I gotta strip all this off anyway, so might as well do it. Alrighty. So the pitman arm is off. And just one bolt at a time. Now I'm going to hold this way, and then I'm hoping I can go down and dump the oil without having a catastrophic failure here. Okay. Got the bucket. I just want to drain as much oil out of here as I can, so it doesn't leak all over the place. Just like that. Now I got a bucket. I think that's going to work out okay. These, I don't think these lines are the right ones. But that's alright. Can't have everything. We'll make new ones. So if you watched my last video on shortening the frame, this is, what I do is I just weld on a wheel. That way I can just kind of, makes it easier to drag. You can just use anything. It doesn't really matter. It's just that I've got this stuff laying around. Garage sale. This is some leftover stuff I had from a rack, and I was going to build a wood rack out of it. That project will just have to wait, because I'm just going to let's see here, that on with a washer, and then I'm just going to weld that onto the cab mount. I think I need one more washer. Maybe let's go the other way here. Let's try that. Who knows if they're the same or not. Yeah, same. Outsmarted by a wheel. Okay, let's get another washer. And you know, you can use any wheel, caster wheels, if you're really into doing this. But for me, this is going to work just fine and dandy. It only has to work once. Okay, I got two. I just got to make sure this is all leveled out. Work a little spot, weld them on. Okay, I spent a little bit of time. I put 2 bolts in here. Made sure that these bolts were in the right spot. There's a little bit of movement there. And you got to do kind of everything. So I just adjust it with, this is pretty tight. I just adjust these with my hammer. So I come in from here, that distance to the center of my stud, or bolt. And from here is the same. Then, these frames, you know, you just can't pick something put a tape measure on it and measure it. It just, they're different. The stamping on the left is a little different than the stamping on the right. You know, I'm noticing that some of the rivets are slightly different spots. So there's a lot of things that you got to do to make this work. So in your head, you know, you line something up, put it on a bolt, you go and check it out, and you're a 1/4 inch out. Now, you got to get a couple of really good reference points. So then, basically, I picked the cross member here, and it just so happens that my distance here, which was, ended up being 74 1/8 on both sides. And if I do the corner to corner now, I am a little over 79 1/4. I'm not going to go through all the measurements, you know, you guys are, it's getting pretty boring. That's a little over 1/4. And this one here is 5/16. So we're less than a 1/16 of an inch difference in this area from the front to here. That's pretty darn good for an old frame. Now, it just so happens that the distance from here to the very end of the frame on the corner is the same on both sides. So that's good. I got two references that are, you know, this distance is the same and that distance to the very end is the same. That's good. So when I do the corner to corner from here to that corner and here to that corner, I am 1/16 of an inch out. And in a frame that's 1968, boy, that's pretty darn good. So we got a pretty good frame. Now, also, I have spent the time, you see my laser level out there, I have this measurement are the same on the back. And then I've took and just cleaned a couple spots out here and set this up so that my frame is nice and level here. So that all worked out. So that means there's no twist in the frame anywhere, which is good news. The only thing that concerned me was, I'll show you. So in my mind, I'm ready to cut. You know, like I want to make sure that, you know, everything is good. And I'm going to put another reference bolt over here. Make it a little bit easier for me to just to measure over, and so that when I squeeze this together, I'll get the same result, or the same squareness, which is pretty important. Now, this is what concerns me. Let me show you. Now if you look there, you got all these spacers here. A big gap there. Wheel over to the other side. And you can see that we have no spacers and a little tiny gap. So what does that mean? That's not good. But where are we at here? So I got my brake drum as straight as I can get it. And if I come from here, let's just go to our reference point here. That's fine. 17 1/16 on that side. And on this side, we are 17 1/2. So almost a 1/2 inch difference. So this side here is way in. So that's good. If it was equal, I'd be a little concerned, but they're way out. And you can see that this one goes way in. So I don't know what happened on this wheel alignment. Not sure. But I'm good to cut.